They got me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Chat, why is this like a thing? So they're trying to make it like a Charlamagne Akademiks thing. But anyway, Charlamagne responded on Brilliant Idiots to all the nonsense that's been going on. I'll give you a little bit of the short of what's the nonsense. So a couple weeks ago, Charlamagne hits me up after there was like some weirdo in the industry. His name is Jeremy. He said, "Oh, Ak, we got the dirt on you, doggy." I was like, "What are you talking about, you fucking irrelevant bum?" And he was like, "Yo, we hear you've been getting paid by politicians and you're not, you haven't like disclosed it, blah, blah." And I was like, huh? Like, that's not true. Like, everybody know I'm a money getter. I'm a go-getter. Like, if I did get money, I would just tell people. I told the dude to provide the proof. I had 100,000 for him. He provided what he thought was like proof that I was getting paid by politicians. I literally showed the proof. I showed my actual like PayPal receipts. The payment that he was talking about, which he was accurate, that on those payments, he just wasn't accurate who it was from. It was from Rumble. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a little bit off-putting. Let me ask you a question. If I told you what you were doing with your bank account, like, "Oh, nah, nigga, I know you took out $60 yesterday and I blah, blah, blah," you'd probably be like, "Well, how the fuck this?" No. So if you're wondering, like, yo, Act, why do you care? If someone was all up in your business, I don't know how. But even if they're all up in your business, they're then wrong and they're lying to people, you'll be mad. Okay, so that happens. I get a call from Charlamagne. Charlamagne says, "Yo, Ack, I just want to give you a heads up. Some information has came about and it's not making things look too good." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" Now, it wasn't necessarily about me, but it was particularly focused on someone who's associated with me, Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. If you don't know who that is, that's someone who he's a internet figure, AI too. But, you know, he does kind of run some of my pages and whatever the case is. And the information that came about from Charlamagne was that, hey, there might be some funny shit going on with these people who you're associated with. And I'm like, what do you mean? Now, I'm going to play a lot of what Charlamagne said today or yesterday, whatever it was, but I want to make it very clear that I don't know if anyone else is playing games. I am not. And I have nothing to hide. That's why I keep speaking. When people claim they're hitting me on the low, I go and repeat it publicly. You don't have to hit me on the low no more. Not only Charlamagne, but everybody, because there's nothing to hide, in my opinion. So the idea was like, oh, some shit, whatever, whatever. And I want to tell you before I even played where I'm at with it, because I'm thoroughly confused. So I got hit up with, "Hey, Ack, you've done this for us," which I have done this for Charlamagne, Joe Budden, many of my media partners. Like, "Hey, so-and-so is trying to plant this or trying to get me to do this. I'm not going to do it. I just want to give you the heads up. I respect you." Charlamagne tells me this info. He doesn't. I'm like, okay, but who's doing this? Because I said I heard about this before. I heard there was private investigators that are investigating people that I'm associated with. Who are these people? Or who's doing this? He said, "I don't know." I said, but how don't you know if they did an investigation, came up with a report, and they sent it to you or to one of your affiliates? How could you not know? Whatever, fine. So I've been there with it. When I spoke to Charlamagne the first time, he told me it was politics. And I was like, that was even more confusing. I'm not into politics like that. If I have a political view, y'all should know it's just honestly me. It's not getting paid. Right? So I'm like, politics? It's like, yeah. Now, my whole understanding, and I'm being very, well, people going to still say I'm lying, so I don't give a fuck what y'all thinking. But this whole thing I could have kept private. I'm putting it to the public because I don't like sneaky shit. I approached this saying, listen, I get it. Y'all might be upset at Akademiks TV for posting certain things that seemingly is defending Drake. Well, everybody who's in my orbit, most chat niggas, fuck with Drake. People who work with Akademiks TV, they do talk to Drake. They like Drake. Drake's their favorite, like Drake's my favorite. So if you put out something where you're disrespecting him or whatever, they might have a counter to it, but it's not because they're getting paid. It's because it's like Drake fans finally have a platform to respond about you disrespecting their favorite artists. That's it. So that's where I was with this whole thing. So I thought, and I want to, I guess I'm speaking before y'all hear the clip. The first time I ever heard of this, I went to Kendrick's show. Anthony Saleh comes over. He says, we got a private investigator on one of your friends. One of the guys who's running Akademiks TV. And I said, what? He says, yeah, this person's just going so far. In his defense of Drake, he's putting out info about Whitney, about I don't know if he has a wife. I don't even know. Some of the things he was telling me, and maybe he thought I was lying, I didn't even know because he looked at me directly. We're sitting right next to each other. Kendrick's performing. I think he just did Euphoria. That's when it's happening. Like live, nigga. Because, nigga, I was streaming the whole thing. They realized I'm in the building. They circled the whole building trying to find me. They find me. Our security have like a powwow out front. Well, that's with Dave Free. But before then, Saleh came over. He was a little bit more cooler. And then we sat in my suite and we talked. And he said, Drake posted me. Drake had posted Anthony Saleh. I was like, I don't know, whatever. Now, some people might be like, why are you saying this? I'm saying this because the first time I've ever heard anything that Charlamagne even said to me is because of a Drake and Kendrick issue. It's not this. It's turned into like some other shit now. It's turned into Rock Nation and it's weird now. That's why I keep asking when I'm getting more and more information. So who's behind this? So I'm talking to this guy, Anthony Saleh. He says to me, he says, well, because I tell him just like I told Meek's crew, my favorite rapper is Drake. I didn't start this because of the battle. My favorite rapper's been Drake for as long as you know me. It just is what it is. Now, they made it clear to me. They said, it's nothing you've said that we're really upset about. We're upset about certain things that are going too far. I said, what do you mean? They said, well, there's a page associated with you. Well, they actually just called my page. Well, it's your page. And your page is putting up stuff on our families. That's what Anthony Saleh said. And I said, well, my page is a page that loves Drake. I'm sorry to tell you. Akademiks TV, when I first even thought of the page, we have pro-Drake people with the page. So as the battle became divisive, people running my page, of course, they're going to go super pro-Drake. They're like, nah, but it's going too far. It shouldn't even get there. And I even said to Anthony, I said, Anthony, you guys are calling this guy a pedophile. Why do you think that his fans or people who like him might not try to bring it to other places where they're trying to investigate this or they're trying to claim that? And he didn't get that part, but that was the reality. So cool. He then volunteers his information. He says, it's that page, man. And I said, listen, you know what? The people on that page, they do listen to me. I said, now that we're talking, because I agreed with him, I don't believe throughout the Drake and Kendrick battle, I don't believe that nobody should be posting anything about Drake's son. He doesn't have daughters. He doesn't have any other kids. He has one child. You shouldn't post anything about Drake's kid. You shouldn't lie about kids that don't exist. You should keep Whitney out of it. You should keep Kendrick's kids out of it, other than what the rapper said. Now, Drake himself, and this is the convo that I had later with the Dave Free nigga who was foaming at the mouth. I said, you can't blame me for the, I think the kids might be Dave Free. That's in a fucking rap that Drake dissed y'all with. Like, why are y'all, that's odd. So his idea was, yo, I think pages like are just randomly posting stuff about Whitney and posting stuff about his woman or something. And I was just like, okay, that I don't agree with. Okay? He then volunteers to me. He says, well, you got to realize it's gotten to that point where we don't know what to do. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, we know who's the person who's posting on your page. I said, what? He says, yes, Akademiks TV. We know who's posting on it. He says, I'm here having a conversation with you, hoping you could change something. Anthony Sella, when he listens to this, he knows I'm not a liar because I don't have to lie. He says, I hope you could change something. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, we've paid for a private investigator to go look for this guy in another country. We know his name. We know how he looks. We know everything about him. It's nothing for us to put money to get him handled. That's what they tell me. So they told me they have identified the person who's running my page. And they said, we've gotten investigators and it's nothing to have this person handled. And I said, listen, calm it down. I said, I'm not too sure what you guys are talking about. But I said, usually with things like this, I get it. It's called Akademiks TV. I get it. This is where we could bridge a gap of, listen, yes, it's pro Drake, right? Yes, it's pro Drake. But just like how there's fans who are bringing up things that are personal about Drake that Drake has to not take offense to, you're going to have fans of Drake that probably bring up things about maybe Kendrick or his people or whatever family that not cool as well. I said, maybe what we could take out of this conversation is that we could come to a place of medium that if you feel like there's something, especially coming from pages that I have influences over, if you could tell me, why they posting this woman or whatever, I'd be like, oh shit, I'll make sure I handle that because we don't want to escalate it. But I want to tell you the first time I've heard of it. Cool. So I'm watching the show. It's all good. I see a mad cow, rabies infested, Dave Free come through after I see some guy with like a blue hat looking like he was like acting like he was looking for me. They pull up. The person who's our sweet host, they're confused. They're looking at these guys. It's their concert. Remember, I went to their concert. They ain't coming to me. They're looking at these guys. They have these all-access passes on. But, of course, it's like, well, they paid for the suite. Like, still we get us all access, but doesn't mean you just run through everybody's suite. My security is dealing with it. They're like, yo, okay, blah, blah, blah. Dave Free, I get to see him at some point. He says, yo, do you want to, come talk to me. At first, I was like, listen, you could come talk to me in the suite. Leave all them little Crip blood niggas outside. You and me could talk in the suite. I don't care. He insists that we talk outside, and actually the person for the suite didn't want it. They just came with so much energy. I said, fine, I'll go out the suite and talk to you. Security kind of have a face-off. My security's looking at them like, what's up, what we gonna do? Their security's like, what's up, what we gonna do? Obviously, nobody's security would do anything unless I say something or Dave Free says something. And we get into this conversation. It's a little bit tense, but it's also a real conversation. Dave Free basically tells me a few things. Dave Free is emotional, by the way. He tells me that he has all these issues about things and the battle going too far. So what do you mean the battle is going too far? Now, keep in mind, Kendrick has a hit song. I went to go see him perform the hit song. The battle, right? So this battle that we're talking about, Kendrick calls Drake a pedophile. Dave Free is approaching me saying, this is gone too far. Why is it going too far? He's saying that, yo, people are playing with people's kids. Yo, they talking about, yo, his kids is mine. And I have a conversation with Dave Free because of that. Now, if anybody knew at the time, my Akademiks TV was also, I think they were clowning SZA too. I think he's the manager of SZA. No, that's Punch. We didn't see Punch. I thought he was going to at least at some point mention SZA to me. He never did. Also, why is SZA important? Because back on Everyday Struggle, when I first ever met SZA and SZA got mad at me, the original story, Dave Free is the person who said, I get what you're saying. Yo, she's sensitive. Could you apologize to her or at least retract that you don't hate her on the platform that you did it on? Could you at least say on stream you don't hate her? And I agreed because I was like, wait, she took my stream and thought that I hated her? Whatever. So I thought he was going to talk about some SZA stuff. He didn't. In fact, his whole thing was about people, I guess the internet crowd was starting to look into that maybe Kendrick's kids wasn't his. And I guess that there was some hurt behind it because now the family has to deal with that. Well, obviously, I responded to him by saying, yo, bro, you realize you call this guy a pedophile. And just like how y'all fans are probably investigating him to see if he's a pedophile, well, Drake's fans are going to investigate y'all to see if that kid is Dave Free or Kendrick. You're involved in this. We get to a point where he's so upset. And he's like, but he realized, he says, he says, my real problem is with Drake. And I actually asked him, this is a fact. I said, well, if you have a problem with Drake, why don't y'all pull up on him? And there was nothing of substance I heard. It was just kind of well, then they start asking me if Drake sent me. Then they were like, why do you like Drake? How much is he paying you? And when I told him nothing, I felt like he was asking me for a price. I was just like, what? But he did mention SZA, so let's get back to that. And when he mentions SZA, he says, yo, them captions that SZA, man, y'all talking too crazy about, I don't know if they call it baby girl or something. I said, listen, man, Akademiks TV is a pro Drake. They fuck with Drake, okay? And Drake also sees it. So I said, Drake in the past has hit us up and told us, yo, me and SZA, could you not going crazy at her? Could I try to bridge a gap? Could I try to solve a problem? I said, these days, he doesn't seem to give a fuck because he hasn't told anybody with the page that whatever. Dave Free then says to me, is Drake running your page? Huh? What are you talking about? I explained to him just like that. I said, listen, we rock with Drake. Drake don't run the page. But, more than y'all reaching out, because we don't care about y'all, to be honest. But if Drake was like, yo, bro, I told him the story of how, what's that song called? Slime You Out came about. Drake called me one morning. SZA was supposedly in the studio for 2 days crying over me roasting her. And Drake said, bro, I'm trying to cut these songs. So, which, by the way, for all Drake fans, without me, you don't get Rich Baby Daddy. You don't get Slimy Yard. Apparently, Drake was in the studio with her, and all she was doing was crying over me. Drake calls me. Drake said, bro, I can't tell you what to do. But me thinking I know you, I don't think you care that much. But this chick is distraught. She can't stop crying. She can't do music. Me thinking I'm standing in the way of my favorite rapper doing some music. I said, yeah, I'll bring the level down. Yo, SZA, it ain't no issue. You're cool, girl. Do your thing. Da-da-da-da. I went on stream and I said that. She cuts the songs to Drake. It's not like Drake called me and be like, oh, thank you, bro. Like, it's just, I'm like, wait. First of all, it was satisfaction alone to me when I knew she was crying and bawling her eyes out. Once Drake called me, because Whack 100 called me the day before, and then Drake called me, I'm like, okay. Anyway. After the Day Free thing, Drake hits me. And Drake says, hey, Ak. Yo, did them like TDE niggas have you shook? Literally. He honestly said that. I said, Drake, what the fuck are you talking about? He says, yo, SZA told me, which that's when I was so lost with everything. Because I didn't know SZA was talking to Drake at this time. He said, SZA told me that you told Dave Free that I write the captions for Akademiks TV, which, by the way, Drake has never done. I said, what? Now, here's what happened. Rabies infested, foamed out mouth Dave Free took what me and his convo was, ran back to the back, and told SZA that Drake is running my page. She hits Drake, and Drake is like, what? Wait, where'd you hear this from? She says, Ak just told us that. You see how stupid and childish this is, chat? I also tell Drake, and I tell everyone, I'm like, they recorded the whole interaction. There's a nigga on the side recorded. If I said it, they would have put out the video. There is no video because it never happened. Okay, why did I say that? Because this is the first time we've heard about two particular things that I care about. Private investigators investigating or really harassing and doxing people that work with me. And this idea that Drake runs my page. Two ideas. Okay. So what happens next? Well, I think what happened is Iceman is getting rolled out. Akademiks TV is super pro Drake, like we've always been super pro Drake. When everybody's kicking his back and then hoping that, you know, he just goes away or dies. Akademiks TV is super pro Drake. What happens then? Well, you would have unscrupulous individuals that would come out with a clear hate campaign. Now, Charlamagne is one of them. Now, here's my interpretation. Charlamagne ain't never liked Drake. I don't think that was some paid shit. He just never liked Drake. Go back to before I got popping, he never liked Drake. Joe Budden, he never liked Drake neither. Drake fucked one of his girls. He never liked Drake. Well, he stopped liking Drake. Then you get the Elliot Wilsons and these other guys, but they're not that relevant to this story. So what I took from everything was that when they would criticize Drake while he's doing a rollout, and they were either clowned or the hypocrisy was shown, that, oh, look, Charlamagne said this here, but what about this? Or Joe said this here, and what about this? Elliot Wilson said this here, but what about this? Akademiks TV did an amazing job at doing that. You know what I took away from that? Hey, y'all know how it works these days when it comes to people in fandom. Like, yo, y'all are attacking the most popular rapper, and one of the pages that rock with him the most, they're just showing that maybe your words should not be the end-all, be-all because you're a hypocrite. That's it. That's it. Now, I want to be very clear. At this time, none of these things are mentioning anything, I want to say just below the belt when it comes to Charlamagne. It's just kind of showing that maybe this guy's just not being fair. Now, I thought that's where it was, and that's where I left it. So we fast forward, and I get the call from Charlamagne. And I thought the call was going to be like, man, Akademiks TV really likes Drake. And I literally told him in the call, I said, bro, these are people that have came from my audience. We all love Drake. Drake is our guy. Just like how Jay-Z used to be those people's guys, Drake is our guy. So the people defending him using the page, Drake is just our guy. That's it. Drake isn't paying for it. None of that. Drake is just our guy. That's just what it is. But Charlamagne threw me for a loop because he mentioned something. He said politics. And I said, what? I thought it was asinine. I said politics. So I go to Grand Wizard and I said, Grand Wizard, bro, remember you said people were coming to your house? Remember we were like, oh, no, this definitely, we were trying to figure out who it was. I'm like, I'm getting some information from Charlamagne who claims he has the result of people coming to your house, which means he has pictures. He has conversations with other people associated with you that they talk to. Essentially, someone put a private investigator fully on you. But it reminded me of the Kendrick stuff because I heard about private investigators there. But all of this is me thinking, oh, they're upset at Grand Wizard being a supporter of Drake. And what's my official response? The same way Akademiks TV could be pro-Drake, there's a bunch of other platforms that's anti-Drake. So I'm not going to sit here and apologize for that. Drake's our nigga, we fuck with him. It's not paid, it's just, that's our nigga. So, okay. That was supposed to be the thing. So Charlamagne says there's politics. So I'm not going to lie. I asked my guys, I said, are y'all taking money for political endeavors? Maybe I wouldn't know. Maybe I wouldn't know. Ironically, the same timing comes with Jeremy. He says the same word in as Charlamagne. Politics. Saying we're political funded. I know what I've done and I know what I haven't. So I make my plea and I said, well, I got 100,000 for you, brother. Show me that I'm being politically funded to put out whatever. The boy came with my Rumble payments. Everybody moved on like I wasn't right. So now I'm even more confused because Charlamagne is my guy. I've seen real hit pieces about it happen on Charlamagne. They came to me to say, you're the next up. This is how you cut the neck of the king. That's what they came to me with. I don't want to be number one by snaking a nigga. I want to be number one by outworking a nigga. And I've always liked Charlamagne. I've always looked up to him. So when they came to me with that, as Charlamagne, not only did I show him the info, I gave him the info, I sent him, I went to the email, told him the email address where I got it from. I never communicated with the people trying to plot against him. I never tried to halfway plot. None of that. Hey, this is what I got. Please just take it. You know, it's no good. I say that to Joe. I said that to Charlamagne. I said, this info here, I know is bad. It's of bad faith. It has no place on my platform. It has no place. This is where I got it from. Does that sound familiar to you? Does this mean anything to you? You don't have to tell me. But I can't use it to try to get your spot. I don't work like that. I did that for both men who I consider peers. So when Charlamagne brings the info to me, I said, well, I'm a little confused because I'm not in politics. I haven't taken political money. I'm not getting paid by right wing or even left wing to promote nothing. So I'm kind of at a loss for words because the things we're seeing isn't even directed at me. It's directed at people associated with me. What's going on? And all I get is a warning. Just be careful. Yo, how much do you trust this guy? Oh, this guy is cooperating. How do people have this info on me? Or on, and when I mean info on me, it like they said, oh, we have, it would be the Rumble thing, right? But like, we have a payment to Livingston Allen. Huh? Like, if I told you somebody has your social security number and you're like, who? And I show you proof that they do have your social security, you said, bro, who has it? Who sent this to you? And I just said, yeah, I don't know. What would you think? So I go back to Grant and I said, Grant, I talked to Charlamagne. By the way, here's the thing. With all due respect to Charlamagne, I've always looked up to you, brother. Like, I don't think anything you told me was a secret. So when I discussed it with the people around me, when I discussed it with them, they were equally confused. They were confused. Like, what? Now, this is where the next part is. And I'm preempting everything you're about to hear on this podcast, but I need to because I'm gonna just let it play. I don't have to chime in. My team knows I have a certain allegiance to certain people. Sometimes it could have been, I don't know, whatever with Charlamagne, and I'll go on the page and I'll delete some shit myself. I'm like, yo, bro, hey, even if Charlamagne says some stupid shit, not necessarily against the page, but like these type of things you can't talk about when it comes to my guy. No. Hey, those type of posts, we're not reposting. It's my guy. So now I'm in a place where there's a guy who works for me and I'm affiliated with. He's saying there's people outside of my house. Literally. They have been staying outside my house for weeks. They're asking questions of X, Y, and Z. They're also showing up to other people associated with me. And I said, huh? Then he says, that's ironic. Because it seems like Charlamagne has the same info of what they were trying to get. So I told, and I said this publicly. I said, listen, man, I don't know. I said, I talked to Charlamagne. Charlamagne seemed like he don't know where it came from, or maybe he don't want to tell me. I told and I instructed my squad. I said, listen, however y'all feel y'all need to handle this, you can handle it appropriately. You know why? Because I would be the person protecting Charlamagne all the time. But I guarantee, let me tell you this. Nigga, I'm still down to crash on Rory for when he showed up at my house with a fucking letter in the mailbox. If I got these people who's associated with me who's saying, yo, Ak, bro, it's clear Charlamagne or whoever that, we don't care who it is. It's clear they know who the fuck is outside our house every day. Imagine me telling them, nah, man, I love Charlamagne so much and I look up to him so much. Man, could you do? So that's why I told him, I said, the gloves is off. I said, whatever y'all need to do, I'll get out the way. By the way, I offered for Charlamagne to get on the phone with my guy. An offer that supposedly has now, I don't know if it's coming from Charlamagne, but it's been reciprocated in a way because someone that is associated with Charlamagne has asked for the same thing. And I'm like, well, why didn't Charlamagne say yes, he wants to talk to Grand? Yo, this is a Charlamagne and Grand beef. It's gotten personal because Charlamagne has a lot of political connects and a lot of big business deals, and Grant is looking at it like, fuck your deals. And if niggas is outside my house, whether you're involved or not, but you're leveraging the information that they got from getting outside my house for X, Y, and Z, nigga, you a op too. That's how he's looking at it. And I'm going to be honest. I can't say I would disagree. Nigga, I hate Mealy Mall, not for what he did, but for what Rory did. So I understand. So I'm going to let this play. But I said all that to say, and this is my confusion. Y'all could say I'm lying, but who gives a fuck? Like, I'm going to always just stay on my same opinion. I feel like the goalpost keeps getting moved. At first, we heard, oh, Kendrick's team put private investigators on Grand because he's supporting Drake too much. And he's bringing up people's families supporting Drake. Then we get Charlamagne, who comes and volunteers information to me and says it's politics. Huh? Then we're hearing another story change and saying, oh no, it's not politics, it's just smear campaigns. Then we're hearing another change where they're like, oh, this guy stole from me. Then we're hearing something else to say, oh no, this guy he's doing some illegal stuff. I explained this story really slowly for the last however long that y'all could be on the same page with me, either in confusion or understanding. So now let's listen to what Charlamagne is now saying. And this is the latest iteration. This is the latest iteration of me trying to figure out. And by the way, I'm still really confused because the one operative question is, if you're quoting all this information, how don't you know where it's from? Also, there's a tape or there's a audio of Charlamagne saying months ago, yeah, all this stuff is going to get found out. This seems to be exactly what you were talking about. So you have a little bit more insight than just, oh, I just randomly opened up an email. So I don't know how much you're looking out for someone if you're also protecting a source. I'll play it.
Fun. Taylor, do you have the audio of when the investigators visited George when Akademiks and them was on screen? Mm-hmm. Do you have that? And Aiden Ross?
What do you not understand?
Oh, no. Let's go before.
That one, Taylor?
Yeah.
You got that? Pull that up.
Let me see this.
That was hilarious.
Let me see.
That was funny. I'm not going to front. That was funny.
You panic in what way?
They like did a close up when y'all was talking about it.
Just sitting there watching the video when they zooming. People, it was like, I've never seen Charlamagne sit straight up in his seat before. I'm like, what the fuck? Let's play this, Taylor.
Trying to find the.
Come on, Taylor gang. Ooh. Come on, Taylor gang. Let's get a worldwide nigga net something, man. I like making things happen in the worldwide.
They only have like the still version, but like
they only got the still version. No, it's a
or
video.
when I know, but when I was searching it, 'cause I didn't save it.
It says
but it's this
Charlamagne
one.
gets visibly nervous when referred to as DJ Khaled by academics. Look.
My book.
This-
No DJ Khaled's around my
Oh,
book.
what? You did take a
Oh,
deep
wait.
swallow right there, bro.
I can't swallow.
You gulped right there. That was.
I'm about to gulp now. I can't gulp.
I think you might be shook.
I'm gonna tell you what was funny about
Look
this.
at that gulp right there, bro. You got to work on your gulp when you're nervous.
I gotta work on my gulp when I'm
When
nervous,
you got to
bro.
find a way to mask your gulp when you're nervous.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny though.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
What you got?
I gotta work on my gulp when I'm nervous.
Hold on. What you got?
No, man, I'm just saying. I saw some panicking last week.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tell me now.
I saw some panicking.
Tell me now.
Yo, can you ask whoever edited the episode not to dox my pic? Charlotte mentioning crypto, not trying to get my home invaded. Oh, shit.
Now, this is also very interesting. And this is why, like, I'm giving the more context to y'all that hopefully y'all get it. Currently, this situation sits at Grand Wizard versus Charlamagne. As much as you want to, I know some of y'all think it's me versus Charlamagne. Well, he's not attacking exactly what I'm doing. He's saying this people are close to me. All right. Also, this is interesting because Charlamagne starts reading a text message or some type of communication. And this is the interesting part about it. This message was either sent to Charlamagne or whatever by one or two people. And this is where it gets a little messy. So apparently Gran, while speaking to either Andrew Schultz or speaking to Alex Media, he literally asked them, hey, listen, keep in mind, I know you guys want to, like, you're now fascinated with Gran. I get it. But he's saying, hey, listen, I've been living as a regular citizen. Could y'all not just like blast info about me that, and in my opinion, and I talked to him, he's not talking about invaded or whatever. He's not even talking about invaded about some federal shit. First of all, he doesn't even live in the United States. It's AI. He's talking about, bro, you're putting me out there that people could try to run up when you're blasting pictures of me walking outside of my house. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, clearly, and I'm going to be honest, I think this is a grand misstep. Gran is cool with Schultz. Gran is cool with Alex Media. One of their messages, basically, one of his messages to them, they basically just give to Charla, and Charla is doing what he's doing, which, I think that's very silly of Gran, because I'm like, did you think that you were going to talk to Schultz or talk to Alex Media and they wouldn't tell Charlamagne? Okay, so I thought that was a little silly.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Who's panicking?
I saw some, hold on. Said I'm cooperating and that I stole $4 million from Ak. Was a 3-hour call from Charla. And Ak was like, he was mad because he no longer controls narratives. And Ak's clips all over the timeline. Then said he's a part of it. Charla working with them and this Rock Nation, trying to harass with lawsuits because no way any of these lawsuits and investigations real. Haven't spoken to anyone. Ak said it's Charla. Yeah,
Where you getting this?
How you throw your man under the bus?
Where you getting this information?
Yo, George Wynn, how you throw your man under the bus? Oh, Ak called me right away after telling me he's capped. And then a day later, Jeremy Heck comes out with the same info that Charla has, saying Ak funded by Republicans and Drake is Trump funded, and he's also doxing me. So Ak tells me take the gloves off.
What?
What the fuck, George?
That's George texting that?
George Wynn?
How'd you get?
So that's not no secret. I said it to the whole internet. I said, I can't hold back people who want to. Let me tell you this. I don't care. You know, I'm gonna always wear. I wear my heart on my sleeve too, bro. It hurts my heart when I look up and I see Akademiks TV says anything about Charlamagne, especially mentioning cases or something like that. I don't like it. I really dislike it. I know some people are like, well, you could just control it. Okay, well, I'm in the difficult spot where the people who work with me are saying, well, this guy basically is harassing us, or he knows who's harassing us. I can't, like, it's not I can't. I basically said, listen, whatever y'all got to do, y'all got to do. Y'all can take the gloves off. I'm not going to stop y'all from posting anything about Charlamagne. Normally, there's no Charlamagne slander allowed on my page. My friends don't get slandered on my page, period. And sometimes, you know, I've talked to them at length when I'm like, yo, you know what, you know, that's my homie. Like, they've posted something about Cardi B one time. I'm like, yo, that's my gang. Stop playing. Okay? And for them, it was just it was a good post. Like, it wasn't even nothing malicious. It was just like, I was like, no, that's Cardi. And I'm a little biased for Cardi. I got to keep it being. And, yeah, you know, when people have mentioned certain shit about Charlamagne, I'd be like, nah, let's not cover this part of it. Why? Like, I'll tell you the truth, nigga, because Charlamagne's my nigga. After I seen that it got there, bro, I'm being honest with you. All this media, everybody getting millions of dollars, all this media shit. I can't tell niggas how to act when y'all have info or y'all are like bragging or laughing about people showing up to their house. I don't play showing up to house games. I never played it. I hate Rory and Millie Mall for life over that. So when you tell me that, I can't tell him to post about 59 million accusations about you. I gotta back up respectfully. You know why? Because that nigga gonna look at me the same way I will look at him and be like, bro, you know, he gonna look at me and be like, nigga, that's the reason why you always crash out on Rory and Millie Mall. There's niggas in front of my house taking pictures, sending it to Charlamagne, and you acting like. So, of course I said it publicly. Nigga, whatever y'all got with Charlamagne, nigga, like, yo, it's still Akademiks TV. I rock with it. You know, these are my niggas. So I'm going to let you know where it is. Like, shit, if it's, you know, I'd rather not get there, but it's my niggas. Bro, y'all got people at the nigga's house. So, what do you want me to do? What you want me to do? And even then, by the way, I guarantee even then, my nigga, even then, info, which I probably shouldn't even say because, like, it won't go nowhere, definitely. Because other people thought that I was beefing with Charlamagne. Nigga, they came to me with some shit. And by the way, Charlotte, if I'm not on some cryptic shit. So if you actually want to know what it is, I'll tell you what it is. Only you. I won't even tell Grant and them because I would never give niggas ammo to use on you, honestly. But yeah, niggas came to me with like some extra shit. Like recently, I'm like, dead it. But these niggas, that's what the issue is. I offered Charlamagne because I think this is from Rock Nation. I really think this is from Rock Nation. I offered Charlamagne to get on the phone or to try to mediate something with him and Grand. He never really say no, but there was no like really acknowledgement to it. I seen supposedly Alex Media told Grand, was like, yo, we should get y'all on the phone. I agree, but I don't really know where we at right now with it, you know? So the only thing I want to defend is like, I see people thinking that I'm fucked up because I got a heads up. If you ain't gonna tell me where this shit coming from, don't even give me the heads up. Don't give me a half heads up. If I hit you up and I say, Y'all heard niggas say they about to try to kill you, man. Like who? Come on, bro. Come on, dog. That's just what it is. So
George,
hold on.
why doesn't George want his picture out?
How do you?
Hold on, no. But why doesn't George Wynn want his picture out? How can George get on Akademiks TV? How can George get on the internet and have all of these people say the most salacious, wild shit about folks, but he doesn't want his pics out? He thinks people are doxing him? Are you serious? And why? Why is he so afraid of crypto?
What's wrong? Why?
I don't know.
I feel like when you're saying why
he said, Charlotte mentioning crypto, not trying to get my home invaded. Why would your home get invaded, George Wynn, in Australia? Why would your home get invaded? I just don't understand why his home would get invaded, Schultz. I'm just trying to figure this out, man.
Can't we all get along?
I'm just trying
Why
to figure
can't we all get along?
I'm just trying to figure this out.
Why can't we all get along?
I don't have any issues, okay? I just think it's funny that, okay? Yeah, I just think it's funny that people get sent things about folks, getting
guys,
money via crypto.
Guys on the internet.
And it could be violating illegal gambling laws. Listen, this is what I was told. I was told that there could be illegal gambling laws. It could be money laundering statutes. It could be wire fraud. It could be conspiracy charges. It could be potential campaign or advertising disclosure violations. This is what I'm hearing. So
every time he says like campaign stuff, I'm like, what is he talking about?
when I see somebody say they don't want their picture out there,
yeah,
and they're afraid of being attached to crypto, saying things like their home can get invaded, that sounds like some panicking to me, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
You know The Wire? Do you guys ever watch The Wire?
I'm wearing one. I'm fucking wearing one. I'm wearing one right now.
Remember the dude who got out of prison, right? And now he's free again.
Oh, man.
The original dude that was selling. And then Marlo came in and took over some of the corners.
Okay.
And the original dude, the dude that Stringer was working for, and then he got locked up, and then he came back. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Not really, but go.
Can I tell you something? And no judge.
You got to know The Wire, man.
Me?
Yeah.
I've never seen The Wire.
All right, I'm not judging. Wow. My point is, he came back and Stringer was like, yo, and I think Stringer was basically on some shit like, yo, let's go legit. Like, we could find ways around it, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I want my corners.
Damn.
That's you.
No, it's not.
That's you. You love this shit.
I was minding my fucking business.
No, but that's the thing. I don't think people realize, like...
I was minding my business.
I don't think people realize this is your love language.
I was minding...
I know.
This is your favorite thing. Chaos is your favorite thing.
I was minding my business.
Read what I sent you, that guy.
Schultz, with all due respect, let me tell you this, because I know what you're alluding to. Like, trust me, Charlotte's a great media personality. I like to think I'm pretty good too. The only thing I would say, these guys you're playing with, they love this shit too. Like, we're public figures, right? Like, we're public figures. So there's only certain type of stuff we could entertain. You're basically dealing with hackers, my nigga. Like, I just want to let you know.
Hold on, though. I was minding my business. I called Ak to give him a heads up to what was coming. And for whatever reason, his man, George, decided to go at me and start flipping on me and then told on Ak quick. Ak, I'll send you these text messages if you need them, Ak, if you want to see for yourself. If you want to see how your man said that you told him to take the gloves off, okay? If you want...
Listen, anything I say, I learned this from Wack. Anything I say once, I'm going to say it twice. I told him, I said publicly the gloves was going to get taken off with all media personalities. Everybody in hip-hop media, because I said if everyone is behind the scenes and have all this info about my cohorts, I cannot tell my cohorts not to defend themselves or go on the offensive. So Charlamagne, if you have magical pictures, you have whatever on people close to me, I can't tell them, nah, that's my homie. I gotta say, shit. To the victor goes the spoils.
Want to see for yourself. I just don't understand why he would be out here saying he doesn't want his picture out because he doesn't want to be doxxed. You say the wildest shit about people. The difference between me and you is I don't give a fuck what you say about me, but you care about what I say about you, George. Why don't you want to be connected with crypto? Now I need to know more. Okay. Now, listen. And I told that article that I told y'all about last week. The name of the newspaper is
Nixon 5.
6. The Age. The Age is the name of the media outlet. If you read the article, George, in the article, they literally say we had private investigators on George. What the fuck is that guy doing in Australia that a media outlet in Australia wanted to put private investigators on?
Can it not be that the memes are fire?
I don't know what it is.
What if it's the memes are fire?
I don't know what it is. But another thing that I told and I told y'all this last week, but y'all don't pay attention to shit. Hold on. Let me get the exact wording right. Hold on. Because I like to be clear about what I tell folks. I told the crypto accounts are flagged too. I don't know what that means. But I know your boy George is like, please don't mention me with no crypto because he don't want to get his home invaded. That's what he said. That sounds like some panicking to me, buddy. Right? Sure. It's easy to hide behind memes.
Can we all get along?
Can we
all break some bread and have some fun?
Taylor, do you have the audio of when the investigators visited George when Akademiks and them was on Scream? Mm-hmm. Do you have that? And Aiden Ross?
What do you not understand here? Have you never heard of a social media?
Is that blurry? What the fuck?
Skip to 1 hour and 9 minutes.
And what about the other chat bros who work with you and have worked with you?
Wait.
By the way, to put this in perspective, that was not Grand Wizard's voice. Someone else impersonated Grand Wizard to have the conversation with this private investigator who was allegedly staking out outside of Grand Wizard's house. So that's not Grand Wizard's voice.
Wait, what?
I'm friends with Aiden Ross and Drake. I hire 100 interns. Chat
whoa!
Chat bros. I only go by chat niggas.
I'm not.
Wait.
I'm not saying that word. So.
Who is that?
And you know that we've talked to them already, right?
Blur, you're Grand Wizard?
What?
You know.
What? Oh, I'm DMing Grand Wizard. No, there's no way, Cuffham.
Yo, who's the YSO of the chat niggas, man? Hold on.
There's literally no way Blurry's Grand
I
Wizard.
can tell you.
Yo, by the way, yo, ma'am, whoever you are, I don't train my AIs to say the word nigga. That's not in our vernacular.
But how the fuck Akademiks know? Like, I'm so confused.
I don't train them to do that. They're
Grand
usually
Wizard.
politically correct.
Like, why is Blurry in the
And if they ever
Akademiks?
say this, all right, I'm about to skip past this. I don't know if they have more being said. Let me just say this. Again, maybe I'm being naive. This started from Akademiks TV is a pro-Drake platform. And while Drake was getting his back kicked in, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of responses posted on Akademiks TV. I could see why Kendrick's people would be upset about it. The angle I can't get is that other than probably saying some media stuff like, oh, yeah, Charlamagne used to be a hater or whatever the case is, everybody got the same thing when it came to them saying anti-Drake things, which is just like people like Drake. I just don't know where the conversation went to politics and went to these other places. That's where I'm confused. I just don't know, bro.
Go for it. That was funny.
You panic in what way?
They like did a close up when y'all was talking
I'm
about
just sitting
it.
there watching the video when they zoom in. People, it was like, I've never seen Charlamagne sit straight up in his seat before. I'm like, what the fuck? Let's play this, Tim.
trying to find the.
Come on,
video.
Taylor Gang. Come on, Taylor Gang. Let's get a worldwide nigga net something, man. I like making things happen in the worldwide nigga.
They only
net.
have like the still version,
You know what I'm saying?
but like
They only got the still version. No, it's a
or
video.
when I know, but when I was searching it, 'cause I didn't say.
Hold on. Said I'm cooperating and that I stole $4 million from Ak. Was a 3-hour call from Charla, and Ak was like he was mad.
Oh, okay. Not in our vernacular.
Oh shit! It is serious.
I'm just saying,
him, man?
but when they put the video up and they
What
said
did y'all do to Charlamagne,
when
man?
they said Charlamagne is panicking,
Yeah.
who sound like they panicking more, me or George?
Yo, Charlamagne. This is my plea. Your beef with Grand Wizard Chat Nigga has to end. And I have to be Minister Louis Farrakhan in this situation. This is the third podcast, and I love Brilliant Idiots. You know I do. It's the third podcast in a row you've talked about inadvertently or directly Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. Grand Wizard will get on a call with you. I feel like you guys have some common ground to get to. Here's the reality, and this is what I honestly think. The bigger fish to fry is Rock Nation, not Charlamagne. Now, I definitely believe maybe you're kind of seen as like a mouthpiece for them, but fuck that. I don't want Grand Wizard or any of the chat niggas to be posting anything negative about you. We love you. You're a legend. Let's get you on a call and figure out why this went left. Because in all of the agendas for Akademiks TV or otherwise, none of it says just hate Charlamagne. Akademiks TV loves Iceman. Akademiks TV basically is counteracting a lot of Rock Nation propaganda. Akademiks TV is looking for the truth in all these situations when it comes to hip-hop media. Beefing with Charlamagne, I don't believe gets to that goal. But Charlamagne, I just want to facilitate this piece meme. So Gran, I don't even need to ask Gran. I'm going to get Gran on a phone call. Okay? I will be there. You could have someone who could be with you. But it will be me, you, Gran, and whoever of your liking. And I think the conversation needs to happen. Here's the reality of it. It's been like 3 or 4 episodes that you guys have now mentioned Gran in a row. Whatever he's doing, he's going to think it's effective. Because Brilliant Idiots is turning into Let's Respond to Gran show. I don't have a beef with you. I am concerned, though, for my people. And I am concerned just overall. Like, I don't like hearing people around me being harassed. So, I'm extending the olive branch. I heard that, I had said it to Charlamagne on the phone. I said, I should get y'all on the phone. But I didn't really hear a response. Now I'm hearing that Alex Media feels the same way and that we should get Grand Wizard and Charlamagne on a call that we could try to fix this. By the way, let's also be honest. When Charlamagne was talking to me and I told him how evil Rock Nation was, he said, Ak, I'm going to call up to Rock Nation and ask about you. I'm going to see if I could get you on a call with somebody. I could have said, nah, hell nah, fuck no. I said, I'm down to do it. So, Charla, please, if you could reciprocate and be willing to entertain at least a conversation with one of these guys.
George,
Whatever y'all did,
said,
just stop. It's not worth it.
I'm gonna tell you this. No,
trust me, it's not worth it.
All jokes aside,
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with me. It is above me. Charlamagne don't even care. All I'm telling y'all is just sit back and watch how this shit plays out. All I tried to do was try to warn every fucking body, yo. And Ack, I'm gonna tell you this shit again. Watch the people around you, because that motherfucker threw you under the bus. Ack said he ain't got nothing to do with this. Ack said that this is all his doing. Ack told me that. Ack said they think that you are trying to expose him with Rock Nation, so that's why he's getting at you in that way.
Yeah, I said that.
You're connected to Rock Nation?
Yes. So Ack said, this is what he told me, that's why that guy is doing that. Acts like he don't have nothing to do with what Grant was doing.
What benefit do you get out of that?
None. That's my whole point.
Do you make money off of Rock Nation or anything like that?
Doing what?
Well, you tell me.
I don't make money. Nobody can pay me to do anything. Nobody.
Now I'm actually, I like what this is being said. You know, I offered Charlamagne that we both stay out of politics, because as the political season comes in for the midterm elections, I have nobody to sway. Now, when I was being told of these issues and people who might have issues with me and whatever, they said that, well, platforms like yours could sway an election. And I'm like, huh? So I was actually trying to just throw in the air like, yo, Charlotte, let's both not talk about no politics this thing. I was met with deaf ears and no response.
It's not true.
Who?
I could pay you, not me, but somebody pays you to do the radio in the mornings.
That's my job. That's my career. You can't pay me for my opinion. You can't.
I see.
You can't pay me to like something I don't like. You can't pay me to endorse something I'm not feeling.
I hear what you're saying.
Like that's not like no, like not no Democrats, nobody. If I'm doing something with somebody, it's because we work together. I believe in what that individual is doing. Yeah. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
But why y'all don't want to ask questions about George Wynn, man? Grand Wizard Chat nigga, aka Akademiks TV. Why does he not want his picture out there, bro?
I don't know, but like,
why does he not want to be? He's like, why did he say Charlo's talking some crypto shit? I don't want my house invaded. Y'all don't think that's strange?
Can I be honest?
Why did he throw Ack under the bus so quick?
Can I be honest with you? I don't want to lose that page, man.
I don't see how y'all can trust somebody like that.
But
I'm not even lying to you. Like that's like some and I saw Ack say that shit, the divide and conquer. I don't divide and conquer what? I'm just thinking I'm giving you the heads up on something. But now after what I done seen the past couple of weeks, I know I was right in giving you the heads up on something. Look how fast he threw Ack under the bus, bro, and then did it in text. His name. George, Grand Wizard. Like, what the fuck? You did this in text? You said Ack told you to take the gloves off in text messages. What are you saying, bro? I thought that's your guy. Ack got his back, but he don't got Ack's back? And you think that man didn't fold the investigators? Oh.
So there is an investigation.
Listen, I told y'all what I told y'all. Shout out to Carson McCoy, a.k.a. Chat Nigga. He's from North Carolina, black guy. All right, you want to see his picture? I got that too. You want to see what you want, man? What you want,
bro?
Alex Ocha. By the way,
I'll end it with this, man. Let's kind of take a few steps back. I'm being honest here, and even if y'all want to think I'm lying, I'm just being honest. The only thing I know that is the nature of the people that are affiliated with me, they fuck with Drake. And if Charlamagne was like hating or talking some slick shit about Drake, I could see them like, just pointing out Charlamagne's a hypocrite. This other stuff that Charlamagne, and hold on, and if Charlamagne is mentioned like that, I could see why he would have a response. This other stuff of Charlamagne coming to me talking about politics is like, I have no fucking clue. I'm like, what? Like, why is Charlamagne even talking to me about politics? I don't know. I'm hoping I don't see Charlamagne being involved or like promoting some of this stuff. But anyway, chat. I gotta run. Gotta run. Charlotte, let's set up the call. I want me, you, and Grand Wizard. We're going to squash this goddamn beef. I gotta talk to Joe, figure out what's going on with him too. Joe just wants the tea, right? For the Patreon, right? Y'all don't have no beef with like, yo, you know what I feel? All right, and I'm gonna end it with this. This is what I feel I gotta do. I gotta get Charlamagne and Grand Wizard and be like, Grand, Charlamagne is a guy who's been a mentor of mine. Cool. Like, I accept the fact that he's never liked Drake. Please just stop talking. Like, don't post nothing about him because he has a very prosperous career. I modeled a lot of things that I was doing after him. Please, no more Charlamagne posts that could be, you know, inflicting any type of, you know, people looking at weird stuff. And then I would just look to Charlamagne and say, Charlamagne, I know you say you're not behind it, but bro, could you be completely separated from anything that is encouraging going at this guy publicly in real life? No, you should not be encouraging people to dox him or take pictures of him or be outside of his house. He's not focused on you. It was only, like, Iceman is out, my nigga. Like, it was only pretty much, oh, you guys don't like Drake? Oh, you guys are haters. That's it. How is it getting to politics? How is it getting to this other stuff? Maybe that's hopefully the conversation I want to have. But I have a sneaky feeling that this is just some bigger shit, which I don't know. Anyway, man. Chat, I'm hopping out of here. I'll be back in the morning. All right? I love y'all. Go to sleep. Think about everything I've said tonight, and I will talk to you in the morning.